Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rawah, Double honors unto all the apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the saints here, Akim, across the world. Now, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, titled The Portion for the Priests. Verse 1. The priests, the Levites, and all the tribe of Levi, shall have no part nor inheritance with Israel as concerning land. They shall eat the offerings of Yahweh. They shall, concerning land and a few other things, by the way. They shall eat the offerings of Yahweh made by fire. And that also, they were allowed to do that, but the rest weren't. And his inheritance, right? Which is what they get, the tithes. Therefore, they shall have no inheritance among their brethren. Yahweh is their inheritance, as he had said unto them. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be a ox or sheep. And they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, and the 2 cheeks, and the mouth. Now if we look up the 2 cheeks, here, Deuteronomy 18 and 8, Hebrew 38:95, Hebrew H 38:95, it says jaw, cheek, jawbone of animal. Cheek, of course, is not man, but it, so that's what the word goes into. And then the other word is mouth, which is Hebrews 6:8-9-6. Stomach, belly, mouth, stomach of sacrificial victims, which are animals. But mouth is also known as mouth. Okay. Mouth, throat, the gullet of an animal. It's the gullet where food passes by, basically a mouth. And you can see it as that. That's crazy. Can really hurt you with those. But Lord willing, the animals are going to be at peace with us once that time comes. Right, so that goes for the stomach, belly, so it says here the 2 cheeks. Here it says the jawbone and stuff like that. So yeah, the 2 cheeks and the mouth shall be theirs. The first fruit also of thy corn, of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the first of the fleece of thy sheep shalt thou give him. Who? The Levites, the priest. It says here, well, what does due mean? Due means you give him his due, which means this. Expect at or plan. No, wait a minute. A proper quality extent. One's right here. Here it is. So basically that which is owed, but here it says what is owed unto one. What is owed to one? Right, because the priests are the ones that actually do the daily sacrifices to mitigate and kind of blur out your sins, but it's still there, but it's blurred. It's not taken away, as it is written in the book of Hebrews chapter 10. The sacrifice of animals cannot fully take away sin. Hebrews 10:4. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins. Why? Because it says here, but in those sacrifices there is a remembrance again made of sin every year. So if if the blood sacrifices can take away sins, Why did we have to do it every day continually? Should it not been have stopped if the animal blood could take away sin? That's why Yahushua came and he took away sins. Verse 11. Hebrews 10:11. And every priest standeth daily, ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices, animal sacrifices of blood, which can never take away sins. It can only blur it. And with blur, I mean this. Like, it can only blur the sin. It cannot literally take it away like this. You know, clean or something, you know. This is not an Edomite, because Edomites are not clean, because this, you're not white, sorry. And you're not clean either. You're kind of like this. Yeah, that's what you want, motherfucker. I can see your blood through your skin. You're in this region, go into red. You're not white. I'm white. Right, and you're black. Because you're evil. You're an evil nation of people. The sun likes me. The sun loves me, actually. Daylight loves me. Darkness loves you. Warm light, warm sunlight, daylight loves me. Lord willing, of course, because he created the sun. And the sun, the daylight, hates you. You're a vampire, basically. And you drink blood, minus the superpowers. Yeah, you're a vampire, minus the superpowers. Adrenochrome, or something like that. What's this called? Adrenochrome? Yeah. Little baby blood drinking. That's what you devils are doing. And you're also the people of the cold. That's why you love winter sports so much. And the last time everybody checked, cold is synonymous with death. That's why when you see a haunted place, what do the people often say? I just felt a cold wind. That's you, white people. That's you. You Edomites. That's actually a devil. They're cold. Hell is cold. Death is cold. Esau is cold. That's why they love death so much. That's why they have skulls all over the place. But they clothe us now. So back in the 90s, I remember we used to laugh at these Edomites always having clothes with skulls and chains and spikes on their head. I'm like, yo, you devils, man. But now the new generation of our people are being taught by them. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduced them. If you read the book of Judges chapter 2, and at the end, and the beginning of Judges chapter 3, you will see that our people lived long amongst these heathens, and therefore they started to take on their customs. That's what they're doing until this day. So history repeats itself. So let me go on. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 4. I already read that. 5. For Yahweh thy power had chosen him out of all thy tribes. And who? The Levites. He had chosen the Levites out of all the tribes. Right. Here. To stand, to minister in the name of Yahweh, him and his sons forever. The sons of Aaron, which is the tribe of Levi. And if a Levite come from any of thy gates out of all Israel, where he sojourned, because he was, the Levites sojourned. They live there too, but they don't have a living place, but they sojourn among the Israelites. And come with all the desire of his mind unto the place which Yahweh shall choose. So, when he wants to, he can just leave to a place where Yahweh put the spirit on him for to go. Then he shall minister in the name of Yahweh, his power, as all his brethren, the Levites, do, which stand there before Yahweh. They shall have like portions to eat. They shall have like portions to eat, beside that which cometh of the sale of his patrimony, property, inherited from one's father or male ancestor.
Patrimony.
Verse 9, subtitled, Forbidden Pagan Practices. Right, so it says here, when thou art come into the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. I just talked about it. Our people nowadays, what do? This is what they do. This weird shit. The lining up. This garbage. They have hair like this. What was his name? GC hair. Stuff like this. Rapper. What's his name? Young Jeezy or something like that? I forgot his name, man. Oh man, I forgot his name. But anyway, they got garbage like this, put on wigs, or yeah, they put on wigs too. They put on makeup, and cut clowns like this. He think he dope. He think he gangs. He think he's beautiful. He really believes that. That shows you that he finds himself ugly, according to his own self in the mirror. I think his name is Young Jock. Yeah. Oh, I think I see it already here. This one. Right. Looking like a white woman. This guy got his hair did with a yellow thing there. I'm telling you, man, this is just absolutely destruction. Walking around like this. Crazy. And if you think this is hard, like I got a problem with, I got a problem with it, yes. But if you ask yourself, like, why you got a problem with it? Well, why do you have a problem with this? Why the fuss over an Edomite female having an Israelite hairstyle? The hatred of black hair goes beyond ignorance. Yeah. You hate your own hair, so therefore, when they start loving it, you got a problem with it. Then you call it cultural appropriation, or whatever the word is. Cultural appropriation. To a certain degree, they're basically stealing from you, yes. But then again, you don't want it neither. So, yeah. I remember this picture. This is an Edomite female that did a reverse perm, trying to look like she's so-called mixed breed. So-called mixed breed. But then again, you do this. So, who you hating on? Yourself or what you should be looking like? Which is this. But anyway. This was actually talking about their abominations, because I just showed you a few things which are in the physical, which is in the physical form. But if you think that was too far-fetched, like, oh, that's not talking about that, well, isn't this the same? Because this is against the scriptures. This has also to do with hair. So you think I would want to have female walking around like this? Even if you have your afro hair, if you have this shit in your hair, or blue, whatever color other than black. Now you have some of our people that are born it's actually orange, but they say redhead. But you have some of our people that look like this, I ain't got no problem with that. You're born like that, so yeah, I ain't got no problem. You're born like that. It's not a problem. You can clearly see that they're born this way. So yeah, this one I was actually looking for. I do hate the red cheeks, so I will tell you, like, stop that shit. You know, you don't have that, so stop it. But if you have freckles, yeah, go ahead, do your thing. You're born like that. I don't have a problem with that. It's when you try and be something, it irritates me. And more than likely, you're trying to be an Edomite. You're not trying to be an Asian girl. Okay? You don't run up and fix your hair. You run up and You run up and fix your hair. Anyway, going on. Yeah, but this was talking about the abominations of the heathen. Let me give an example. Psalms 106, verse. Here, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. So we started doing after their works, their nonsense. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them, which is a trap for a bird. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters. Now you might be like, wow, I didn't know the Israelites was that evil, man. They did evil stuff. Who they got it from? So the person that was doing it first, it's not really considered when you read this. You're just thinking like, man, I can't believe the Israelites did that. Who was they following after? It says it right here. Verse 38, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Heavenly Father kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. So, if he abhorred his own inheritance, then how much more would he abhor the Canaanites, which are not even his inheritance? He let them do their thing because he didn't care about them. And after a while, he killed them. Deuteronomy chapter 7. But that was in the beginning. But the Heavenly Father did not destroy all the nations on purpose, because he wanted to test us. And he did. So, by leaving them, Judges chapter 2, verse 20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, which are the prophets. As you can see here, hey, what the hell? Daniel chapter 9, verse 10. Neither have we obeyed the voice of our Lord Yahweh, of Yahweh our power, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. And also if I'm correct, Hebrew chapter 1, verse 1. Yahweh, who at sundry times, different times, and in diverse manners, different manners, spake in time past unto whom? Unto the fathers by the prophets. So this is the mouth of the Lord, the voice of the Lord. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord to walk in his laws, which he set before us. How? By his servants, the prophets. That's his voice. So Judges chapter 2, verse 21. I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died. And what does he mean by driving out any before them? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 7. Yahweh shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. That's how. And also in the book of Exodus 23, verse 27. I will send my fear before thee, and I will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. Kill them. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. They will run from us. Because we were a mighty nation. We would butcher people from left to right. Why? Because they was doing a lot of crazy demonic satanic stuff, and the Lord said go kill them. Leviticus chapter 18 shows you that, and also the book of Deuteronomy chapter 9. Also Leviticus chapter 20, verse 28. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites from before thee. Right. And as you can see here, Deuteronomy 7 and 1, when Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgasites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them, so kill them. No mercy. Why? Read the book of Leviticus chapter 18. That's why. One of the reasons. And also read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8. Also, one of the reasons. Also read the book of Leviticus chapter 20. Leviticus chapter 20 and, for example, 13. All of this they were doing. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Yahweh, your power, which have separated you from other people. So we're not the same as them. Verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. So he abhors them even more, but he doesn't even care about them. But we was not supposed to be doing after them. That's why when he abhorred us, that was actually a real thing, because we was not meant to be abhorred by him in the beginning. We was not supposed to be doing all these things. But he already knew that we would, so it was already preordained. But that's why we're going to be saved and they not. So yeah, this is all that they did, all here. Leviticus chapter 20. They was doing sodomy things. That's why the Lord said they was having sex with threesomes and mother sisters and aunt and uncle's wives and daughters, with daughter with father and daughter with mother also. Father with daughter and father with son, father with grandson, granddaughter, mother with grandson, granddaughter. Crazy stuff. That's what they was doing. So you can read that for yourself if you have the time. Right here. Judges 2 and 22. That through them, So let me read it again. 21. I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I might prove Israel, test them, whether they will keep the way of Yahweh to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore Yahweh left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. Judges 3, and you can read for yourself if you have the time until you can read the whole chapter if you want to, but the Lord did it to test us, because we had not known the wars of Canaan. And here you can see that when we angered the Lord, he sold us into slavery. Oh shit. But when we pleased the Lord, he caused us to enslave them and also kill them. And when we displeased the Lord, he allowed us to be sold into their hands. He sold us into their hands, and then he allowed us to be killed, because we did evil in the sight of the Lord. And the Heavenly Father stretched out his arm against us, and then he rose up a king of another nation that came to butcher the stuffings out of us. So let me go on. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. Deuteronomy 18 and 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter pass through the fire. That's child sacrifice. I just read about that in the book of Psalms 106. Our people were doing that. Even though the Lord said don't do it, we still did. Or that use a divination. Until this day you have in South America. You have people that do Santa Maria, you have people that do Bobia, you have people that do all type of things, voodoo, all type of crazy stuff. Those are definitions in order to know things. Certain people want to know about their love life. Nowadays you call it, let me see. Spiritual hotlines or something. The voice of Tamar, emotional and spiritual, you know. Let me see. No, not this one. Card reading hotlines. Back in the day, cheap psychic. Yeah, the psychic things and stuff like that. You know, with the cards and the glass bowl. I was actually thinking about the glass bowl. Here in the Netherlands, they had back in the late 90s, you know, you had this psychic thing, because back in the 90s, after like 12 o'clock, you start to get this screen. Let me see. 90s. You start to get this, no signal. Yeah, in the 90s, you started to get this signal. This signal, this image in the late 90s. But in the early 2000s, you started to have, like, after like this hour, 12 o'clock at night, so-called 12 o'clock, 2400, you started to get psychic hotlines after 12 o'clock. Yeah, you got stuff like this. But now it's phone and stuff like that. But yeah, you used to get stuff like this. Like these witches would come on the television and compel you to call. We didn't have cell phones back then. Like, it wasn't a big thing. Cell phones and stuff like that. You had these type of things, and they would play just over and over, and you could just call the psychic hotline, And it was expensive as shit. I never called it, so. But I saw it was like a 1 gulden a minute. So that's a lot of money, man. Like, it's like $1 a minute, That was a lot of money, bro. I'm telling you. Right. Or an observer of times, telling you what your future is, what love life you're gonna meet and stuff like that. Or an enchanter, same kind of thing. Some enchanters, they can put spells on people, and then some females, for example, in Haiti, they would put period blood into the food in order to put a spell on you, like this, for example. Wait, right, something like this. She's cooking, and then she's putting up something more than you would want. See that? See that right there? Yeah, that's what's going on. Put that there. Then she's looking at somebody looking. Funny, this. She's just acting like nothing is going on. Just swinging and fuck. Let me not say anything. And then she get the little girl to bring the pot. And then she's going to put food up in the pot, this little thing. And then she's going to serve it to a man. She's not going to serve it to her daughter. Because it's not about trapping females and girls. It's about trapping men. And yeah, I clicked on this video. But I downloaded it. Superstition, and yet they believe in flying reindeers. Let that sink in. They believe in bunnies that lay eggs. But that thing what I just showed you, that is I'm white. I'm a cave monkey. I know better. So, you have enchanters that put spells on people. The Lord said, there shall not be found any among you, one that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. That which you just saw is a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, talking to dead things, demons, entities, or a wizard, which is the same as a witch but then a male, or a necromancer, also busy with dead things, corpses and stuff like that. You have, for example, they worship, let me see. They worship the body parts of Paul. Yeah, I'm not making this up. Let me see. Worship the head and arm. What? Wait. Right. It was actually John the Baptist. I typed in Paul, sorry. I did a video about that a few days ago, but hey, I messed up the name. I messed up the name, sorry. Yeah. So what do they have? They worship the head of John the Baptist. They say it's the head of John the Baptist, and it's an actual head. Now you have a church. One of the churches has like the top layer of his head. They split his head in 4 pieces. This is the front layer. Somebody else has the top. I think somebody has then the side where this ear is, and then the other side where that ear is. And also they worship the right hand of John the Baptist. These are dead lyrics. Yeah, they have this. I'm not making this up. This is that castle, that shrine, I should say, within a mosque. And yes, it is the Arabs that do that in the Islam religion. I didn't make this up. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. Why are there 4 heads of John the Baptist? Well, I kind of explained it to you. But I would love to hear what they have to say. Because they're such devils, man. You know, so. But yeah, something like that. But you can kind of go into it for yourself if you have the time. And here you can see them kissing it. They kiss it? Yeah, they kiss it or something like that. That's what they do. Oh no, this is a picture. This was a picture, sorry. Yeah, that's that picture. But they do have a rotting head and a rotting arm. It's rotted away so much it's just gone. But anyway, they have this rotting arm or rotted arm, and they have this rotted head, which is displayed on here. Is it the real John the Baptist? Could be. I don't know. Are they a race of devils and liars? You mother buster right. You know, but I wouldn't take it past them for having a head or the head of the real John the Baptist, which is an Israelite. But then again, I also don't know. But the fact that they have a dead person over there and they say that it's John the Baptist, which is what they worship, that should tell you a lot of things about these devils. This is a real dead head, a dead person, man. Whether it be John the Baptist or not. This is witchcraft. This is satanicism. This is necromancy. Necromaniac. Not even necromancy. Necromaniacism. It's just crazy. But that's what these Edomites are doing. They also have the right hand of John the Baptist. At what they claim of want to be John the Baptist. Right. I have a video coming up for that. Or actually, I already have a video about that. In my last video, I think. But yeah. So, yeah. Right. So, let me go on. So the Lord said, don't do things like that. Necromancer. What is a necromancer? A person who practices necromancy, a wizard or magician. Yay. Doesn't explain anything. We know that it's a witch, but what is necromancy? The supposed practice of communicating with the dead, especially in order to predict the future. This is definition. Black. So everybody called. If you call yourself a nigga, you're calling yourself black. Because the word black means nigga. Nigga means black. It's even in the Bible. The book of Acts, chapter 13. So actually in the beginning, just like how a rainbow in the beginning was not an offensive thing, it was a beautiful thing to be called a nigger. Nowadays I wouldn't advise you to do that. You might get stabbed if you call the wrong one a nigger. Nigger, fucking nigger. Right. So, Greek 35:26. I'm going to read Acts 13:1. Now, there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manan, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. So this is the word Nigar. Greek 35:26. If you go to the new Blue Letter Bible, this is the classic one. You can hear him speak. Well, let me do that for you. Here you go. Huh? Don't they? Yeah. Miss me with that, pal.
Strong's G 35:26. Niger.
Strong's G. This is the newer version of the same website, but I don't want to use this one. I'd rather keep it old school. It's the same. Strong's 30 G3526. Strong's G3526. Niger.
Strong's G3526. Niger. Niger.
Niger. Niger. That's why you have a country in the continent of Africa that's named Niger. In the French, you would say Niger. In the Spanish, which the conquistadors came to America, they used to say negro. Esto negro. But then, the American Edomites, they couldn't pronounce the word negro. So they said, negro, nigger, goddamn fucking nigger, nigger boy. And then it turned into nigger, nigger, nigger. You know? That's fucking cave monkeys. But yeah, so it turned into something racist. Just like the rainbow. It didn't start out with, vagabonds floating down the aisle, marrying each other with rainbow colors all over the place, sprinkled even. But nowadays it is. They change things. They change times and laws and all that there going on. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 12. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh, and because of these abominations Yahweh thy power doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with Yahweh thy power. So we're not allowed to be doing these type of things. So by the way, if you didn't know, if you are in the Muslim thing, your leaders worship the hand of a dead person. That's necromancy. That's going into basically witchcraft and enchanters and divine divination, all this, man. But yeah, necromancy. Oh yeah, let me go back up in that word again. But this time to the etymology, the root word of it. Sorcerer, witchcraft, black magic. Properly definition by communication with the dead. It's the same as definition. It's the same as witchcraft. It's the same as sorcery. Necro, meaning dead bodies or dead body, and mantia, which is necromancy, which mantia, which goes into death, and necro means dead body. Yeah. Niger means black. So it all ties in. So every time you call yourself black, you call yourself a nigger. That's actually literally what you're saying, but you don't know. You don't know what you're saying when you're saying it. And every time you say the Caucasian, you're saying cave dweller. So you let that sink in when I call you. All the time when I call you Caucasian. Without being mean. Well, coming over mean. But I know what I say when I say it. So literally I'm calling you a monkey every time. You might ask yourself, I shouldn't have said this secret of mine. You might ask yourself, why does he always say caucus? He doesn't say white people. Most of the time I don't say white people. I say caucus people. Because I call you a cave monkey. Because caucus goes back to the caves, the Caucasus Mountains. So what I'm calling you is a caucus dweller. Just like how you call me a nigger. But I know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. When you say black people, you're saying nigger people. Nigger people. That's what you're actually saying. But you have an American accent, so it sounds nigger. But if you say it with a Greek accent, it says nigad. If he said it with a French, he said Niger. You see? Sounds less racist, right? Nigger. Hey, nigger. Hi, nigger. How you doing, nigger? How you doing, Niger? You see? I just put an accent to it and it doesn't sound that hateful. It's the same word, man. That's how stupid our people are. Yeah, collectively. Because we don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, you call yourself after a color. That's not a race. A cat is as black as you. Then, if you call yourself black, what about a PlayStation? Well, not the white one. The new one. Not that one. The other one before that. Verse 12. Deuteronomy 18:12. No, 14. For these nations which thou shalt possess. Whoo! That doesn't sound like equality to me. What does possess mean? Own. Have as belonging to one. Own. We're going to own them. Hearken unto observers of times, and unto diviners. But as for thee, which are all witchcraft, it's all witchcraft. But as for thee, Yahweh thy power had not suffered thee so to do. So the Lord doesn't suffer us to do that. So when we do it, we get killed. When they do it, they prosper. You should read the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 3. Let me read it for you. Now listen again here. 2nd Ezra chapter. Wait, I have something here. 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse. I'll just kind of get to the point. Now it says here. No, I still need to read it. Check this out. 28. Are their deeds then any better that inhabit Babylon compared to us? That they should therefore have the dominion over Zion. Yeah, because they rule over us until this day. For when I came thither and had seen impieties without number. Impieties is disrespect for holy and sacred things. The lack of piety or reverence. And what is reverence? Deep respect for someone or something. In this case, godlessness, ungodliness. That's piety, impiety. Irreligion, sinfulness, sin. They don't believe in the heavenly. They don't believe in heavenly things. Visitors are advised not to wear shorts or tank tops when touring certain churches and cathedrals in Europe. So when you do that, according to them, it's impiety. Right. Fuck them. See, I have the impiety, but their things is satanic. They worship dead heads and stuff. I don't respect that. Fuck you, man. You believe in flying fucking reindeers. This is, man, go do something to yourself, man. In them parties that Cat Williams is talking about, go open them doors or something. Go do your regular shit. Without number. So they're very disrespectful. I just gave you a fact. They have a dead body. A dead head. A hand. They have crazy stuff over there, man. Going on. Without number. Then my soul saw many evildoers in this 13th year, so that my heart failed me. And who was talking here? Ezra, the prophet Ezra. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and has spared wicked doers. So the Lord suffers them like, whatever. But he doesn't suffer us. When the Israelites do something, we get punished. Right? Don't do it again. And has destroyed thy people, and has preserved thine enemies, and has not sanctified it. I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee beside Israel? Or what generation had so believed thy covenants as Jacob? And yet their reward appeared not. Right. All the good things is Ezra is talking that Israelites are doing, and yet we don't have a reward for the good things that we're doing, it seems. Ezra says, and their labor had not fruit. Yeah, we don't prosper. We're not on top of the world. Meanwhile, they're a bunch of devil worshippers, and they have no respect for the Heavenly Father. They literally worship dead things, even though the Lord said, don't do that. But they are in the churches and in the synagogues, and they do it, and they're prosperous. Psalm 73 shows you. Go read Psalm 73. You will see it again. Asaph is going to say the same thing as Ezra. Kind of the same thing. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth. Asaph said the same thing in Psalm 73. And think not upon thy commandments. They don't even believe in the Lord. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name had kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. So they don't do it. And yet they're prosperous. Why? Because the Lord suffered them, like, whatever. But the Lord had not suffered us. But as for thee, the Israelites, so let me read here again. Deuteronomy 18 and 14. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearkened unto observers of times and unto diviners. But as for thee, Yahweh thy power had not suffered thee so to do. No, he doesn't want us to do that, because we are a peculiar nation, a peculiar people. We're better than them. We're not supposed to be doing all that garbage. So, give me a precept real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. So Saul died from his transgression, which he committed against Yahweh, even against the word of Yahweh, which he kept not. And also for asking counsel of one that had a familiar spirit, to inquire of it. And when did he do that? The witch at Endor, which is also mentioned in the book, yeah, it is a book, but I was not talking about the book, because I don't read books. I hate reading. Star Wars, the witch of Endor. Here. Driven by delusion and glamour, Carl styled herself as the witch queen of Endor. You see? It's in the Star Wars. Star Wars means Bible. No. Star Wars copies the Bible. How about that? The witch of Endor. And then they made it a cave monkey. But we all know it's a so-called black woman. In the original story, which is the scriptures. The Bible, if you didn't know. Right. So, this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 28, verse 16. Start at 15. And Samuel said to Saul. So he already conjured them up, by the way. Well, you know what? I don't want to read everything, because it's kind of late. And that's why I'm kind of talking soft. But I felt like doing this video anyway, so yeah. 1 Samuel chapter 26, verse 28, verse 6. And when Saul inquired of Yahweh, Yahweh answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Then said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that had a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servants said to him, Behold, there is a woman that had a familiar spirit at Endor. And you know what a familiar spirit is? Is this. Now this woman also had a familiar spirit, but they did not seek unto her. Acts chapter 16, verse 16. And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with a spirit of divination met us. So this woman, she could see things. Definition. The practice of seeking knowledge of the future or the unknown by supernatural means, spirit things. And you can also say card readers and stuff like that, stuff like this. And glass bowl chicks, they can see things. And that's a wizard, sorry. Which is a male witch. These type of things. Cards, mirrors, water. They can do things with water. They can write things. They can also, like the Ouija board. Please don't go do those things. You're going to get what you deserve if you do. That's an Israelite. For the heathen nation, go ahead. Do what thou wilt. Which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. There goes the word again. It's the same word. It's just witchcraft, future prophecy things. And they can do it. The practice or art of fortune telling events. Predictions. The same followed Paul and us and cried, saying, These men are the servants of the Most High Yahweh, which show unto us the way of salvation. So she knew. Because it says here, the devils know. The devils know. James 2:19. Thou believest that there is one power, Yahweh. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. They know. The devils know. Where does it say? Paul I know,